Just another quick video. I am the Kave Man, and this is Kave Man Classics. And I'm going to take, as you can see, this piece of copper water pipe that I recycled, cut. First thing I got to go and do is clean this up. As you can see how all the edges are all gnarled up there from when I cut it. And then I'm going to heat it up and straighten it out and make a pendant out of it. I think that's what I'm going to try with this. So let's get started. So I got all the rough edges off it. Now I need to heat it up and see if I can bend it. Oh yeah, it bends easy once you get it all heated up. All right. But I gotta pound it out now that I get it there. Make it a little thinner, which means heating it back up. And I'm just going to keep repeating that process until I get it spread out as much as I can, or as wide as it will let me go. And I'll be back when I get there. So I've widened it out. I took it from a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. So that's pretty cool. I gained a 1/4 inch on it. I rounded off the top of it. And I think I'm going to round off the bottom of it kind of in a dog tag shape. And then from there, I don't know. We'll see what it looks like after I get it down to that shape. I'll have to file down the edges a little bit, round it off, make it a little more symmetrical. And then we'll go from there. So when I get this cut off, I'll be back. To cut it, just using tin snips, which now that I have it so thin, cuts pretty easily. So let me just cut this part off first, like that. Then I'll go and kind of round off that a little bit. That. Now it's kind of in the dog tag or giant pill shape. Gotta go and just clean up these edges here. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use my handy dandy flat file. I'm just gonna go around and clean it up like that. And get all the little burrs off from it. And when you get done one side, you have to flip it over and then do the other side. And when that's done, and I figure out what I'm going to do next, I'll be back. Okay, so what I have here is that piece of copper that I rounded off. And I cleaned it up. And this, if I can get a little shadow on it, is a piece of brass, polished. And what I have here is a piece of silver. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pound out the silver here, put in some silver mountains with a brass sun over the top of it. That's the idea. We'll see how it comes out. So as usual, the first thing I have to do is heat it up. And of course pound it out. and keep repeating the process until I get this as wide as I want it for the mountains. That's where I'm at with it right now. For mountains and the brass sun above it. If I shade it a little, you might be able to see the actual color of it. Looks like gold, but it's just brass. It's not soldered on. It's just sitting here right now as I'm trying to work out the design ideas for it. Kind of like the pill shape, but I'm also one of these that I may draw a line underneath here and cut it to the curve of the bottom of the mountains. Have that there, have the sun at the top. Might make it a little shorter. Something like that. Cut this part off the bottom. I don't know, I'm gonna have to, that's the thing with designing something is, there we go. Kind of block the light a little bit. Is that you have to just kind of eyeball it, look at it, think about it, move things around, and see what you like best. So I decided to cut it, and now I got to file that down along that black line, and then I'll be ready for solder to put the mountains in the sun. So I have my piece of solder in there, got the mountain sitting on top. Now it's time to heat it up and attach it. So I got the mountains soldered in, just letting that cool down, which it has. They're in. They look good. Now I have the brass sun that I want to put in. So let's heat that up and put that in. Attach that. And you just got to let that cool. When that's cooled, they'll come back. Looks like a little out of focus. Well, that's a bummer. And there we go. Get textured copper, silver mountains with a brass sun. You can get that so you can sort of see it, but yeah, but then I'll go and clear coat it so it stays shiny pretty much forever. But it's all recycled materials or repurposed, whichever you prefer. Till the next one.